Hey you guys, it's Sam and it's another mini tutorial, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a tutorial where I kind of focus on my last Thursday video and try and just talk to you guys about my thought process while doing a specific aspect of that piece. And for this specifically, I'm focusing on the coloring part because I know a lot of people like myself struggle from from black and white to color with digital painting. And yeah, so there's a lot of different ways you can actually go about it, and this isn't like a full in-depth extensive tutorial on all the different ways, but just talking about kind of what I did with this piece, which was I started off with a new layer and I made a clipping mask to attach it to just Elizabeth. And because I didn't want to worry about the sky yet, I had different ideas and plans and thoughts for the sky. So I wanted to worry about her colors, and I pulled up some reference photos of her outfit colors and all that, and I created a new layer, and I set the mode to color. And a lot of different programs have something similar, so you don't necessarily need Photoshop to do this. And it just kind of makes a more transparent layer that kind of has the color go through and stick on top of the values. So it doesn't actually change the values, it just alters the color, I guess, for how to describe it. And so it's not a great way to just, like, you can't really, I mean, you could, but it's typically doesn't look as nice if you just have a new layer and you just set it to color and you put the colors on top of that. It kind of still has a sort of desaturated, flat look to it, and if you use too saturated of a color, sometimes it can be really, really saturated and overblown and just not look good. So typically with color, I try to aim towards sort of like in between something that's really saturated and something that's really not saturated for the color. And then I fiddle with other layers on top of that. So the color layer is basically just my base starting layer. And again, you don't have to use color layer as your first initial layer of color. You can also use things like gradient maps, and overlay is another good one. Same with soft light. Hard light is maybe, that one kind of depends. That one tends to be more intense and extreme than overlay, and soft light is like, they kind of go in order of soft light, overlay, hard light, from what I've noticed and experienced with them. But yeah, there's lots of different ways to do, to colorize a picture. So basically, I had that color layer, I put in the base colors, and then I play with it afterwards with the new layers. I think with this I did soft light and overlay layers. So just make a new layer of overlay and then just paint other colors on top of the color layer to kind of bring back some more life to the color, some more saturation, or colorize the shadows a bit more, so like the color of the shadow isn't just the one color, because shadows tend to have a lot of different colors in them, especially for skin, and that's something that I wanted to make sure that I got right when I was doing the color. And I didn't actually use gradient maps in this, but I have in the past, and it can be helpful. It can also be a little bit overwhelming at first, so definitely try and just play around and take your time with it. And a lot of what I do with colorizing my drawings is just guesswork and trying something like, does this work? Ooh, it does. What if I do this to it instead? Oh, that doesn't work as well. Let me just go back. So that's the nice thing about digital art, is that if you make a mistake, you can just undo it, or you can do it on a separate layer and then, just toss it if it doesn't work out. So that's really nice. And unfortunately, for me, colorizing a picture tends to create a lot of new layers, which I really don't like. But to avoid that, you can't just collapse one color layer on top of the other, because then that'll ruin the effects if you have any effects applied on that layer. So you'd have to combine them all to the base color picture that you're trying to color. Or you have to apply all the layers, like merge all the layers together, including the layer that you're trying to color, in order for those color effects to stay. If you don't like a lot of layers like me and you want to collapse them down. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. If you guys would like a more extensive colorizing tutorial, just let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys would like more tips like these on a more regular basis, then check out my Patreon page, where I upload daily content, including art tips, sketchbook pages, and a lot more. And feel free to like if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload new art-related videos every Thursday and Saturday, all with the hopes to inspire you guys to improve. So thanks for watching. Bye!